Good morning.
Good morning.
I have a question to ask you. Given the pride that our country takes in such things, it's remarkable that you may never have been asked this question. Are you a patriot? What does that mean? Well, if you look up patriot in the dictionary, it says one who loves, honors, or defends their country. Are you a patriot? Do you love, honor, and defend your country? I am. I love, honor, and defend my country. On September 11th, 2001, our country had its eyes open to the fact that there are people in this world that hate you. They hate you, Grandpa. They hate you, Rick. They hate you, Tom. And therein lies their ignorance, for only a fool would hate Tom Dageneff. But they hate you because you're an American. You've never met them. You will never meet them. You will never meet anybody that's ever met them. You will never meet anybody that's ever met them that will ever meet them. But they hate you. After that day, a lot of Americans demonstrated their patriotism by joining the armed forces. And if you're amongst our number this morning and you join the armed forces, I would just like to say thank you. Because could I do it? Yeah, I could do it. I think I would be willing to lay down my life for my country. I think I could do it if I was asked by my country to do so. America is a great country. It allows us, and it allows its citizens, the right to be citizens of more than one country. See, you can be a citizen of America, but then you can also be a citizen of another country. There are some countries that don't allow that. How many people in here do we have that have dual citizenship? There's more than that. How many people in here do we have that have dual citizenship? There we go. That's what I'm after. In Hebrews, the inspired author of Hebrews writes in chapter 11, "These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, were assured of them, embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For those who say such things declare plainly that they seek a homeland. And truly, if they had called to mind that country from which they had come out, they would have had opportunity to return. But now they desire a better, that is, a heavenly country. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for He has prepared a city for them." So, how many people in here have dual citizenship? We are the citizens of the United States of America, and we are entitled to the rights and privileges that gives us. And yet, we are also citizens of a better, that is, a heavenly country. In America, we're part of a democratic republic. But we're also citizens and subjects of a king. We are citizens and subjects of a holy and righteous king. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to being under a government where I don't got to have to worry about the whims and the ideas of other human beings. I get to be under a king who is always right. He's never wrong. He is a king who loves us, and He's prepared a place for us to come and dwell with Him. The rights that you are given as an American, those rights were not free. There's a saying that's been going around now for about the last 8 years and probably longer than that. Freedom isn't free. Mark will be one of the first to tell you that there's been a lot of blood spilt so that you could have that freedom. There's been a lot of young men and women who died so that we can gather here this morning and not have to worry about someone coming through that door And that is a real issue in many places in the world still today. They could be sitting down together, and the next thing they know, that door's open and it's full of soldiers. And they never hear from you again. Would I be willing to lay down my life for my heavenly country? Yes. What about my children, though? I think, as far as my earthly country, I think Osama bin Laden would have to be marching down the 91 before I'd be sending Ricky or Daisy out to fight. I'm a fan of World War II, and it still blows me away the number of young men who were 14, 15 years old that after Pearl Harbor, they left home. They left a note for their mom and dad, I'm joining the Navy. I'm going to fight. I can only imagine what that must have been like. Well, we can't talk about it. I'm already gone. Our King whom we serve, He spared no expense to grant us the rights and privileges of being a member of His own house. We aren't just subjects of the King. He has invited us to be amongst the royalty. In order to ensure those rights, blood was spilled. It wasn't the blood of imperfect young men and women. It wasn't the blood of flawed human beings. It was the blood of the Prince. It was the blood of the King's own Son. As we eat and as we drink, let us consider the price that was paid, not just by the Son, but by the Father also, that we might be granted the privilege of being a citizen of that heavenly country. And let us be mindful of the idea of us being patriots of that same country.